and business. Well, evidently it's the same way here. Some of these Jews, in spite of the pressures from the Roman Empire and so forth, they were materially successful. But it's also a well-known fact that there is not a group of people on earth that are so philanthropically minded. I hope I got that word out right. They're great philanthropists. They give, give, give. See? And so this is part and parcel, I think, of their makeup. And so verse 16 just hits it right on the head. Now you rejoice in your boastings over their what? Their success. They are naturally successful people. But he says that kind of rejoicing is evil. Don't rejoice in the things of the flesh and the material. Now verse 17, maybe this is why they are so prone to being philanthropic. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and to do it not, to him it is what? Sin. And they were aware of that. And so they overcame some of their materialism with giving and hoping, I guess, by that to merit favor with God or whatever. All right, now lest you think I've been pushing the envelope on this, look at the first verse of chapter 5. Now remember, we're back in about the 50s, maybe 60 AD. I think in the 50s. 50 AD. 15 or 20 years from now, their temple's going to be destroyed and Jerusalem and Israel's going to be scattered. But it hasn't happened yet. And here they are. He says, go to now, ye, what kind of men? Rich. See? These Jews, a lot of them had wealth. He says, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. When? When the tribulation would hit. See? When the tribulation would hit and all of their wealth and materialism would be wiped out. Now you know it's coming. Not only just for Israel and the Jews, but for the whole human race. The wrath of God is coming, just like James could see it coming in their day, and that all their wealth and materialism would amount to nothing, because it's all going to be wiped away. Well, it's been a long time since I've done this, but let's go back to Jeremiah, just for example. And I do this to sober people, because even we as believers are so prone to get wrapped up in all the trappings of this world and our economy and everything that pertains to it, and we forget God's wrath is coming. I'm not saying it's going to be next year or the following, but we're getting closer and closer. You know, I've always referred to the cartoon of the old boy sitting in his cave door, and over the door was, the end is near. But then he added ER, which meant that every day the end is nearer. And that's where we are. The end is getting nearer every day. All right, got a couple minutes left. Jeremiah, chapter 25. And let's drop down to verse 30. Now this isn't pleasant reading. This is horrifying. But it's coming. And James could see it coming in their day. They thought it was just over the horizon. And then God, as I'm going to show you in the next program, interrupted that time span and gave us the age of grace. And all these things are now future from our point in time. All right, Jeremiah 25, and let's just start at verse 30, honey. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord, see, that's Christ in the Old Testament. The Lord shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation, that is, this old world. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth, not just Israel. Every human being is going to come under this. Verse 31, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has a controversy with the nations, not just Israel, all of them. He will plead with